Take a look at this question here. In the question, it is given that k is a natural number and it is given that k square minus 10k plus 21. You are multiplying it with k square minus 9k plus 20. It's equal to 240. You are asked to find the value of k. So one good thing that is given here is that this k, it's said to be a natural number. Natural number, counting numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So I am going to first factorize k square minus 10k plus 21. Can I not see that 7 3s are 21 and 7 plus 3 it is 10. So can I not consider this is something like k minus 3 into k minus 7? Can I not put it like this? K square minus 10k plus 21 it will become. Similarly, please focus on k square minus 9k plus 20. I can say this is resulting in, you can see that 5 4s are 20. 5 into 4 is 20. 5 plus 4 is 9. So similar logic, you can consider k minus 4 into k minus 5. I can say that is nothing but our k square minus 9k plus 20. Okay. So I can very clearly see that here the product of these two, it is 240. I can consider that this corresponds to k minus 3 times k minus 4 times k minus 5 times k minus 7. That is coming here as 240. I can put it like this. Okay. Now, we have to find out what is going to be that value for k. You know, when I'm taking this product, it is coming as 240. See, since there is a presence of a 0 here, just for randomly I can consider what will happen if I put k it is equal to 10. Please note k it is a natural number. Okay, so I'm just trying it. What will happen if I put k it is equal to 10? So 10 minus 3, it's 7. 10 minus 4, it is 6. 10 minus 5, it is 5. And 10 minus 7, it is 3. So just see the product here. You can see that here 6 5s are 30. 30 into 3, that is equal to 90. 90 into 7. What is 90 into 7? 630 comes, right? It's way above the 240. So definitely I can't consider that k it is equal to, the value I took was 10. Let me see what will happen when I put k equal to 9. 9 minus 3, you can say it is 6. 9 minus 4, you can say it is 5. 9 minus 5, it is 4. 9 minus 7, it is 2. Let us take the product here. I can see that 5 4s are 20. 20 into 6 is 120. 120 into 2, yes, I am getting this value here as 240. So please note, when I considered k it is equal to 9, I could see this happening. If I'm going to reduce the value for k further, I can see that the product, it is going to become less than 240. Got it? If I'm going to increase the value of that k beyond 9, the product you saw, it's going to become more than 240. So satisfying this condition here, I can see that k it is equal to 9, it satisfies the condition. So for this question, they are asking you to find the value of k. I can clearly see that k it is equal to 9. That is our answer. All right. So a little, because the number 240, what you see there, it's quite handy, right? So you can consider it in this manner, simplify it or factorize it, and then you express it as a product of four numbers and see how the value it can be tweaked. Okay, so a little bit of your knowledge about multiplication of numbers and also identifying how to factorize a given quadratic expression. If you are aware of all those things, solving this question will become an easy task. I hope this explanation part, it is clear to you all. All right. Take a look at the question now. It's given f of x into y, it is equal to f of x into f of y. Given f here x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0. Also, it's given f of 128, it is equal to 8. You are asked to find what is f of 1 into f of 2 into f of 4 into f of 8 into f of 16 into f of 32 into f of 64. So I will consider an interesting result here. F of 1 into 1. That is equal to f of 1 into f of 1. Okay. That is f of 1. It's equal to f of 1 into f of 1. This gives me the result f of 1, it's equal to 1. So I got one input here, f of 1, it is equal to 1. Now it's given f of 128, it is equal to 8. Can I not write it like f of 1 into 128, it is equal to f of 1 into f of 128. I can see that here f of 1 value, it is equal to 1, right? So can I not see that 8 it is equal to 1 into 8? It satisfies the condition. Okay. I hope that it's clear to you. F of 1, it's equal to 1. I'm just proving it to you. And f of 128, it is equal to 8. So I can just see that this works perfectly fine here. Okay. Now, I want you to consider f of 64 is given here and there is an f of 2 which is given here. Please observe, can you not consider f of 128? It is equal to f of 2 into 64. That is equal to f of 2 into f of 64. But that is equal to 8. Why 8? Because f of 128, I know that it is equal to 8. That 128, I am splitting it as 2 into 64. So f of 2 into 64 is equal to f of 2 into f of 64. That is equal to 8, which means the product of this f of 64 and this f of 2, that product, it is equal to 8. Got it? Similarly, I can see that this f of 32 is seen here and f of 4, it is seen here. I can see that this 128, it's 4 into 32. So I can see that f of 4 into f of 4 into 32 is f of 4 into f of 32. Like this I can write. But that result is again equal to f of 128, which is equal to 8, which means the product of those two things which I have highlighted in green color, that is equal to 8. In the same manner, look at this f of 16 into this f of 8 I am considering. I can see that this 128 is nothing but 8 into 16. So f of 128 is f of 8 into 16. This is as good as f of 8 into f of 16, which means the product of those two which I have highlighted using that blue color, I can say that is also equal to 8. And I know that f of 1, it is equal to 1, which I have calculated and also verified. So what is going to be the full product here? That is nothing but this 1 into the yellow highlighted wala 8 into the green highlighted wala 8 into The blue highlighted wala, that is again 8. So this is basically 8 to the power of 3, which is as good as 512. So in the question, you are asked to find what is that value of f of 1 into f of 2 into etc. It's given. I can see my final answer for this question. It will be coming here as 512. I hope this explanation part is clear to you all. Consider the question here. A starts a certain work, and after he completes exactly half the work, he leaves, and B takes up the remaining work, and it takes a total of 25 days for this work to be completed in this way. Okay. Now, if A and B working together can complete the work in 12 days, it's also given that A is slower than B, which means A will be taking more number of days to complete the work in comparison with that of B. Find the number of days in which the work it will be completed if A alone first works on exactly 1/5 of the work, after which B alone completes the rest of the work. So 1/5 of the work will be done by A, the remaining 4/5 of the work it will be completed by B. Thus they are completing that work. Okay, so for answering this question, what I am considering here is, let me say working alone, A takes X days to complete the work. Working alone, B will take Y days to complete the work. Okay. So when they are working together, I want you to please observe here, A and B working together, they complete the work in 12 days. So we can see that when two people, they are working together, the total number of days that they take to complete the work, if you remember, I can say that will be nothing but xy by x plus y. That many number of days as far as this particular assumption is concerned. Xy by x plus y, I am getting it here as 12. Okay. In the basics of time and work, we would have learned it. If A takes X number of days, B take Y number of days to complete the work working alone. When they work together, they will complete the work in xy by x plus y, that many number of days. That shortcut formula, if you remember, in no time you can finish it. Now, A is working for half. I mean, it's given A starts a certain work, and after he completes exactly half the work. For doing that half the work, for doing full work, A is taking X number of days. For doing half the work, A will be taking X by 2 number of days. Then he leaves. B takes up that remaining work. The remaining work means half of the work is remaining. You can see that for doing full work, B is taking Y number of days. For doing half the work, this guy will be taking Y by 2 number of days. So put together, I can say X by 2 plus Y by 2. Totally, they are taking 25 days for the work to be completed in this way. That's what they are considering. So can I not consider that X plus Y, X by 2 plus Y by 2, it is equal to 25, which means X plus Y, I can say this is equal to 50. I can put it here as equation number 2. So from these two, can I not see that X, Y, it is equal to 12 into 50, that is equal to 600. And this helps me. Xy is equal to 600. X plus Y, it is equal to 50. Looking at these two, knowing that A will be taking more number of days than B, because A is lower than B, I can solve and see that X it is equal to 30 and Y it is equal to 20. Because 30 plus 20 it is equal to 50. 30 it is greater than 20. And 30 into 20, I can see the value is coming here as 600. Your skill with reference to knowing the numbers, adding them, the total is 50, multiplying them, the total is 600. Your familiarity with all these multiples and all will help you to answer this very fast. So thus I understood that A is taking 30 days to complete the work working alone and B is taking 20 days to complete the work working alone. Now look at this. The question is find the number of days in which the work will be completed if A is doing 1/5 of the work. Please note, for doing 1 unit of work, A is taking 30 days. A, in order to do 1/5 of the work, you can say A will be taking 30 divided by 5. That is equal to 6 days. So in 6 days, I can see that A would have completed 1/5 of the work. Remaining 4/5 of the work we have. So B will shoulder the remaining 4/5 of the work. 1 minus 1 by 5, it is 4 by 5. For doing 1 unit of work, B is taking 20 days. For doing that 4/5 of the work, B will take 20 into 4 by 5. I can see that this guy B, 20 into 4 by 5, when I take, this guy will be taking 16 days in order to complete the work, that remaining work. The question is, what is the total number of days that the work is getting completed? I can say A, he first works and then he leaves, after which B alone is completing that remaining amount of work. That's what it is said. They are not working together. So the total number of days, I can say it will be coming as 6 plus 16. I can say here the final answer. This will be coming here as 16 plus 6, 22 days. So for this question, 22 days, it's going to be my final answer. All right. Consider the question here. For x greater than 1 and y greater than 1, x, that symbol we call it as a phi symbol, x, phi, y, it's equal to 2x minus y by x plus y. That's what you have to consider when x is greater than y. And x phi y, it's equal to xy phi x when x is less than or equal to y. You are asked to find the value of 6, 5, 8. So please observe, when I am considering 6, 5, 8, I can see that our 6, it is less than 8. So you have to start with this portion of that instruction. When x is less than or equal to y, you can see that x phi y, it's xy phi x. That's what it is given. So as 6, it is less than 8, I can see 6 phi 8, it is nothing but 6 into 8, that is 48 phi x. X is nothing but our 6. So this is as good as 48 pi 6. I hope this part is clear to you. Now, if you observe here, 48, it is more than 6. It's greater than 6. So we have to now proceed with this portion of that question. Because when x is greater than y, we have to go ahead with x phi y is 2x minus y divided by x plus y. So I can see that our 48 pi 6, I have to do the calculation as 2 into 48 minus 6 divided by 48 plus 6. I know that 2 into 48 is 96. 96 minus 6, it is 90 divided by 48 plus 6, it is equal to 54. Now I can see that here, when I am simplifying it, 18 5s are 90, right? So cancelling it with 18, 5 times it will go. 18 3s are 54. So eventually the value will come as 5 by 3. So for this particular question, it's a symbol based question, we will say my answer, it will come here as 5 by 3. That's the final answer here. So let's consider this question here. 22 to the base 3 plus 22 to the base 4 plus 22 to the base 5 plus etc. 22 to the base n. Like that, you are considering a series here. So among these four options, which option it best describes the sum to n of this particular series that is presented? Okay. So the way I am going to solve the question, it is by considering, say, 22 to the base 3. I'm just considering this alone. So this is as good as 2 into 3 plus 2 into 3 power 0 if you consider. Because see, this is 22 to the base 3. So I can consider 3 power 0 and 3 power 1 here. So if I am converting it into the decimal equivalent, I can say it is 2 into 3, 6 plus 2 into 3 power 0 is 1. So 2 into 1, this is coming here as 2. So I can see this answer, it is equal to 8. Got it? So 22 to the base 3, converting it into decimal, I can see the value, it is equal to 8. But please understand, here n it is equal to 3. Okay. Now I'm going to put the value for n as 3 and see which all options satisfy the condition. And where I can eliminate the options, I shall do. Okay, so you can look at this option A, 3n square. So I can see that n is equal to 3. Okay, 3 square 9, 9 3s are 27, minus 6 3s are 18, minus 1. So I can see that 27 minus 18 is 9, 9 minus 1, it is equal to 8. So option A, I cannot eliminate. Look at option B, 3 square 9, 9 2s are 80, minus 3 3s are 9, minus 1. I can say that is again equal to 8. I can't eliminate B. Look at C, 3 square 9 plus 3 into 3, that is 9, 9 plus 9, 18, minus 10. I can say that is also 8. I can't eliminate option C. But look at D. 3 cube is 27 minus 3 square 9, 9 3s are 27 plus 3 3s are 9 plus 2. When I consider this total, it adds up to 11. But I am supposed to get 8 when I put n equal to 3, right? Base 3, it is equal to 8. I'm not getting 8, I'm getting 11 here. So I can use the strategy here to eliminate option D. Got my point? Now, I'm going to consider adding this 22 to the base 3, which is 8, which I already know. And I'm going to consider 22 to the base 4. I'm adding them. So n it is coming here as, you can see, 4. Okay, so this is equal to 8, which I already know. This is nothing but 22 to the base 4. If I am considering 4 power 0, 4 power 1, I can see that 4 2s are 8 plus this value will be 2. I can say this is coming here as 10 if you are observing. Okay, so 8 plus 2, the value I'm considering, my bad. I can say that this value 22 to the base 4, I consider that value, it is equal to 10. Okay, 22 to the base 3, it is 8, and 22 to the base 4, it is equal to 10. The total, I can say this comes here as 18. Let this be here. So when I am putting the value for n is equal to 4, I can see which are the options That's going to give me 18. I shall retain it. Otherwise, I shall eliminate it. So let me consider. Option C, look at it. 4 square 16 plus 4 3s are 12 minus 10. 16 plus 12, 28 minus 10. I can say this is 18. So C I cannot eliminate. Look at B. 4 square 16, 16 2s are 32. Minus 3 into 4, that is 12. Minus 1. You know the 32 minus 12, it is equal to 20 minus 1, it is equal to 19. It's not 18. So B can be eliminated. Similarly, you can see that 4 square 16, 16 into 3, that is equal to 48 minus 6 4s are 24. So 48 minus 24 is 24. Minus 1, it is coming as 23. It's not equal to 18. This is coming as 23. It's not equal to 18. I can eliminate it. So I can see that option C, it satisfies when I put the value for n as 3 as well as I put the value for n as 4. And so for this question, using this technique, I can say the correct answer, it is option C, because I don't have any other option to eliminate. Now, if you want to check, it's not needed for the exam, but for your academic interest, I am saying if you want to check, you can consider adding 22 to the base 3 and then add 22 to the base 4. This result you already know it is 18. To that you add 22 to the base 5 and see what is that decimal equivalent. Okay, you will get some number, decimal equivalent. And when you put n equal to 5 in this, you can see that decimal equivalent what you got here, it will tally with the value what you are finding here. And for any n you put, it will work. Okay, so this strategy is what you can adopt for solving these types of questions. I hope this explanation is clear to you all. Now let's consider this question. If x and y, they are given to be positive integers. Find the value of 3x minus 2y, but it's given that x square into y cube, which is equal to 256. It's also given that x, it is greater than y. One thing what I can understand here is that 256, if I observe, it can be considered as 16 square into 1 cube. 16 square is 256, 1 cube is 1. So 16 square into 1 cube, it is nothing but 256. Got it? Now, similarly, I can also consider this 256. It's something like it's given that x is greater than y. So don't forget that. I can see this value can be written as, say, 2 square, that is 4, into 4 cube. 4 cube, you know, it is equal to how much? 64. 64 into 8, when I consider, that is again, my mistake. 4 cube is 64. 64 into 4. What I meant is 64 into 4. 2 square, no? So 64 into 4, when I consider, this is coming as 256. Okay, so basically, you know, what I am trying to do here is this 256. I very well know that this is nothing but in terms of powers of 2 when I am considering, it is 2 to the power of 8. So basically I am trying to split it in terms of that powers of 2. Got my point? Okay, so because there is no footprint of any other odd number or any other number over there, because 256 is something, it has got to do with powers of 2. So there won't be any other footprint of any other number for that matter. Okay, all will be in terms of powers of 2 I can consider. And end of the day, you can see that this is what as such it is getting distributed. in different forms. And you can see that these are the two possible ways, because we are considering an x square, y cube and all. Two possible ways you can express this product. Now, as we mentioned, 256, it is x square into y cube, but they have told you that x it is greater than y. Please note, this is given in the question. It's not what I am saying, but this is given in the question. So you have to look forward for that condition that is given in the possibilities that I have listed here. X, it should be greater than y. So this is as such ruled out, I should say. Got it? This is out. Okay, this is not going to be considered. We have to deal with the case like x, it is equal to 16, y, you take it as 1. So you can say x is greater than y. X square into y cube is coming as 256. Got it? Now you are asked to find the value of 3x minus 2y. The answer is now easy. 3 into 16, 48, minus 2y, 2 into 1. So I can see that this is nothing but 48 minus 2. The value will come here as 46. And you can see that this is going to be my answer, 46. I have to choose option A in this case. Here you are asked to find the number of distinct terms in the expansion of x plus y plus z plus w, the whole power 10. Okay, so first and foremost, understand, if you are considering something like a plus b, the whole power n, if you are considering something like a binomial expansion I am considering, I can see that the number of distinct terms, okay, I can see that corresponds to n plus 1. But this is applicable only when you are considering it in that binomial format. For example, you can say a plus b, the whole power 1. It's a plus b. The number of terms you see, it is equal to 2. 1 plus 1. This power 1 plus 1, it's coming as 2. Okay. You can see that a plus b, the whole square, if you are considering, it is a square plus 2ab plus b square. You can see the number of terms, it is 3. The 3 is nothing but this 2 plus 1. That's what I wrote here, 2 plus 1. Similarly, a plus b, the whole cube, if you are considering, it is a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. You can see the number of terms is 4. That 4 is nothing but 3 plus 1. You got it? But that's the case when it is in the in the binomial format. Okay, binomial, two terms are there, a and b, a plus b. But here you see, it's x plus y plus z plus w, 4 are there to the power of 10. So one thing that you can understand is, in that expansion, there will be definitely a term that looks like x power 10, y power 0, z power 0, w power 0. Okay. And any term, if you consider, I can see that there will be some coefficient number over there. If I consider x to the power of p, y to the power of q, z to the power of r, w to the power of s, like that, any term you consider, you can see that the total of all these powers associated with any term you are considering, the total will be always equal to 10. You got my point? You can see that here, x power 10, 10 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, the total is coming here as 10. Like that, you will see a term where it will be x power 0, y power 10, z power 0, w power 0. So that is y power 10. That 10 when you that term when you consider, that y power 10 alone is going to be there. Likewise, z power 10 will be there. That's the only thing which will be there over there. And w power 10, another term will be there. Like that, What is the number of distinct terms? That is what they are asking you. So basically, when you are considering as far as this question is concerned, see, I am considering x to the power of p, and then I am considering in that term there will be y to the power of q, z to the power of r, and w to the power of s. What is your observation here? You have to distribute this total 10 among 4 variables. Which are those 4 variables? The 4 variables are this P, Q, R, S, wherein you can see that anybody can take 0. 0 is possible. You got my point? So if you remember the logic, suppose there is a total n which you have to distribute it among R variables, wherein 0, if it is possible, then the number of ways you can do it, it will be n plus r minus 1 c r minus 1. We have learned this under permutations and combinations. This is the case. Please note, when a term 0 is possible, the power can go 0 or a term can take 0, like what I have explained. When 0 is possible, then the formula is n plus r minus 1 c r minus 1. Here, if you are observing, we can see that this 10, it is getting distributed among 4 variables, wherein, as I told you, 0 is okay. The number of ways you can do it, it will be 10 plus 4 minus 1 c 4 minus 1. This will be nothing but 10 plus 4 14, 14 minus 1 13, 13 c 3 it will come, which on calculation that is equal to 286. This value, it will come to be equal to 236. Okay, so 286, what I meant. 13C3, that is nothing but 13 into 12 into 11 divided by 1 into 2 into 3. So on calculation, 2 3s are 6. This goes here 2 times. So it is basically 22 into 13 it will come. That value, it is equal to 286. So for our question, 286 is going to be my final answer. All right. Now, I shall also explain one more scenario. Listen to me very carefully. N, it is getting distributed among R. Here, I presented the case where 0 is possible. But what if 0 is not possible? For that also, we have learned the number of ways we can do it. It will be n minus 1 c r minus 1. This is what you will consider wherein when 0 is not possible. Which means if any of those terms, what I am considering, I say that it's non-zero, then understand 0 is not possible. Then the number of ways you can get this distribution, then it will be n minus 1 c r minus 1. For example, as I told you, 10 is getting distributed among the 4 variables p, q, r, s. But I say that none of them are permitted to take 0. Okay, but here that can come, but I'm just in general, I'm saying if 10 is getting distributed on the 4 variables, but the variable, none of them can take 0. If that constraint is given, then understand the ways you can do it will be n minus 1 c r minus 1. But here you have to consider 0 is possible. So my answer will be n plus r minus 1 c r minus 1 286. All right. So that's how the calculation is done. So in the question it is given, if the simple interest and the compound interest on a certain sum of money for 2 years, this is very interesting, at the same rate of interest, it's rupees 720 and rupees 792 respectively, find the rate of interest. Please note, simple interest, it's always following the linear nature. Okay. And as far as compound interest or compounding When you are dealing with compound interest, you are aware that the compounding effect will come. Simple interest, it's very linear in nature. So it is given that for 2 years, simple interest, it is given as 720. Okay. Since the linearity it is maintained, can I not say that therefore simple interest for 1 year, that will be equal to 720 divided by 2, that comes as 360. This is the simple interest for 1 year. So for 1 year it is 360, for 2 years it is 360 into 2, for 3 years it is 360 into 3, for 7 years it will be 360 into 7. That's what I meant when I said linear nature. Got it? Now please observe the difference between the compound interest and simple interest for a span of 2 years is given by one logic. It is nothing but the interest on simple interest for 1 year. Okay, this is the shortcut you must remember for answering this question. When you are comparing the difference between simple interest and compound interest for a span of 2 years. Please note, this is very important. That's why when I read the question for 2 years, when it came, I said it's very interesting to see. So this comparison for a span of 2 years when it comes, CI minus SI for a span of 2 years, it will be interest on something. What is that? Interest on simple interest for a span of 1 year. This is the result which you are going to use here. So you can take the difference here because you see the difference is given 792 minus 720. When I consider, I can see the difference is coming here as 72. Correct? No? This is the difference. It is nothing but interest on simple interest for 1 year. What is the simple interest for 1 year? Simple interest for 1 year, it is 360. You take that as the principal amount into number of years, 1. Rate of interest, that's what we are asked to calculate, divided by 100. This is the calculation you are expected to make. Please note, this difference is nothing but interest on simple interest for 1 year. Simple interest for 1 year is 360. You take that as the principal into number of years is 1, because for 1 year you are calculating rate of interest. That's what you are asked to calculate, divided by 100. Now the work is very easy. Therefore, the rate of interest will be what? It is 72 into 100 whole divided by 360. It will come 72 into 100 whole divided by 360. Okay. So 10 can be cancelled off here. 36, it will go in 72 2 times. Yes, I am getting the value here as 20%. And for this particular question, 20%, consider that as your choice. Okay, answer, final answer choice name. Take a look at the question. The vertical distance covered by a body, that too it's a freely falling body under gravity. This distance, it is proportional to square of the time for which it falls. Now they are giving you a data point here. If a body covers 300 meters in the first 10 seconds, so it's a cumulative distance covered, that's what it's given here. So in the first 10 seconds, the body covers 300 meters. What is the distance in meters covered by the body in the next 10 seconds of its fall? Okay, so please observe, I am considering this is the point from where the body, let me say, it's falling freely. Okay, so I am considering from t equal to 0 to time t, it is equal to 10 seconds. So this is the 10-second duration. So here the distance covered, they say it is proportional to the square of the time taken. I can say distance, it is equal to some constant into the square of the time. Okay, the data point, let us consider. In the first 10 seconds, the cumulative distance covered, it is 300 meters. So can I not consider the distance, it is 300. It is equal to k times time 10 seconds. So 10 square. That gets me k. It is equal to 3. I got the constant of proportionality value, that is equal to 3. Let it be there. Now, the question that they have asked you is, what is the distance in meter covered by the body in the next 10 seconds of its free fall? So you can see that here from t equal to 0 to t equal to 10, the distance covered, it is coming as 300 meters as indicated in the question. So what I am right now going to do here is, I am going to find out from t equal to 0 to t equal to 20. Let me consider. So I can see that this is the next 10 seconds I am considering. So 10 seconds plus another 10 more seconds when I am considering altogether cumulatively, I can see that this corresponds to 20 seconds altogether. So please observe, when I am considering 20 seconds duration, the cumulative distance covered, you can say that is equal to 3 into 20 square. I can say that is equal to 400 into 3. This comes here as 1200 meters. You got the point? Which means if I am considering from t equal to 0, cumulatively for all 20 seconds when I am considering, the total distance covered, I would call it as d dash, just to avoid confusion, that d dash, I can say that is equal to 1200. Now it's very easy. From this moment to this moment, the distance covered is 1200. But from this moment to this moment, the distance covered, it is 300. So I can see that in the next 10 seconds span of time, that's actually happening over here in that next 10 seconds span of time. The distance that is covered by this body, it will be 1200 minus 300. And I can say for this question, my answer, it will be coming as 900 meters. So this is going to be my final answer in this case. Consider the question here. You are asked to find the sum of the first 15 terms of this given series. You can see the individual terms, they are separated by a plus symbol here. That's why we call it as series. Had it been a comma, we would have called it as sequence. Okay. The terms are separated by comma, it's a sequence. Addition symbol, it's a series. So that's why the word series is used here. You are asked to find the sum of the first 15 terms of this given series. So I can write the nth term of this given series as n into n plus 2. You see, t1 is nothing but 1 into 3. t2, it's 2 into 4. Okay, t4, it's 4 into 6. It comes like this, right? So you are asked to find the sum of the first 15 terms, which means you are asked to find sigma n is equal to 1 to 15 associated with this n into n plus 2. This is what you are asked to find. So taking this n inside, I can say this is nothing but you are asked to find what is this summation n is equal to 1 to 15, that of n square plus 2n. You are asked to calculate this. So you can see summation, we are taking it inside the bracket now, summation n square for n is equal to 1 to 50 plus 2 times summation n 1 to 50. Got it? You know that sigma n square, it's nothing but sum of first squares of first n natural numbers. It is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 whole divided by 6. You know that sigma n, sum of first n natural numbers, is n into n plus 1 divided by 2. Here you have to put n is equal to 15 because 15 terms you are altogether considering. So this will now become, observe closely, n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 whole divided by 6, it will come, plus 2 times sigma n is n into n plus 1 divided by 2. Got my point? Now you can cancel these two 2's here and you just need to put n is equal to 15. Okay, so now you just put n equal to 15 here and there you get the result. It is coming like 15 into 15 plus 1, 16. 2 into 15, 30. 30 plus 1, it is 31 whole divided by 6. That 6 for calculation purpose, I will write it as 3 into 2. Okay, plus n into n plus 1. That is nothing but 15 into 16. Got it? So on calculation, we can see that here 3, it will go here in this 15. 5 3s are 15. 2 cancels in this 16, 8 times. So you can say 8 5s are 40. 31 into 40 is 1240 plus 15 into 16. I can say 15 into 16 will come as 240. So 1240 plus 240. When I am doing it, the answer will come here as 1480. That's the total I am getting here. Looking at the options, option A, it reads 1480 and that is going to be my choice. Consider the question here. If alpha 1 and alpha 2, they are the real roots of x square minus bx plus 12 equal to 0, which of the following statements is definitely true? See, they have told you that the roots are real. See, roots are real means what? I can see that for this quadratic equation, x square minus bx plus 12, this is equal to 0. For this quadratic equation, I can see that the discriminant, it will be greater than or equal to 0. That's what it means. That's what, when the roots are real means what? Discriminant value, it is non-negative. Okay, if the roots are imaginary, understand, discriminant value will be negative. That's what we have discussed, right? So let's consider this here. You can see that here, p square minus 4 into 1 into 12. This has to be greater than or equal to 0. P square minus 48 should be greater than or equal to 0. Or I can say p square has to be greater than or equal to 48. Or I can see that this p value, it should be greater than or equal to square root of 48. That will be nothing but 4 root 3. That's what we can consider here. Okay. Now please observe. In this case, if alpha 1 and alpha 2 are the roots of this quadratic equation, the sum of the roots, alpha 1 plus alpha 2, you know, it is equal to p. Right? I hope you all remember ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Sum of the roots is nothing but minus b by a. Product of the roots it's equal to c by a. For quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. I hope you remember the sum of the roots. It is minus b by a. And the product of the roots, you know, that is equal to c by a. I hope you remember this result. So here the sum of the roots when I am considering, I can see that is coming here as sum of the roots minus b by a. I think I wrote it as minus b by a, right? Yeah. Sum of the roots is minus b by a. Product of the roots is c by a. So here the sum of the roots I can consider is equal to p. That is alpha 1 plus alpha 2, what I am considering here. Okay. Alpha 1 plus alpha 2, the sum of the roots I am considering here. Yes, I can say this has to be greater than or equal to 4 root 3. You got the point? So I can see that here for this question, I can go for the answer option C. Which of the following statements is definitely true? That's the question. Sum of the roots is greater than or equal to 4 root 3. Option C is my choice. Consider the question. Here it is given that if the sum of n consecutive positive integers is 21 and n which is greater than 1, how many values this n it can assume? That's the question. So, if you are considering these n consecutive positive integers, see, they form an arithmetic progression, right? Please observe this n consecutive positive integers. Just focus on that word, keyword only. N consecutive positive integers. Don't you think that they will be forming an arithmetic progression? Okay. So let us consider the arithmetic mean of these n consecutive positive integers. The arithmetic mean is nothing but sum of observations by number of observations. In the question, it is clearly given that the sum of all these observations is 21. Number of observations, I can see that is equal to n. So the arithmetic mean, I can say that will come here as 21 divided by n. This arithmetic mean, what I am considering here, please be aware that is nothing but an integer. Got it? It is going to be an integer. Or please be aware, it will be a value that is nothing but an integer plus 0.5. The decimal part associated, it will be 0.5 because the numbers are consecutive. For example, just consider 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just imagine, I'm giving an example, okay? The total may not tally to be equal to 21 and all. Let's not bother about it. But I'm just presenting in front of you consecutive positive integers, 7 in number. I can see that here the arithmetic mean, it is coming as 5. It's an integer value. It's coming as 5. Suppose I eliminate or remove one number here. Still, all others are consecutive. If I am considering the arithmetic mean of these observations, I can say it is going to be nothing but 4.5. Because you can take the arithmetic mean of this 4 and this 5, which is 9. 9 by 2, when you consider, the value will come as 4.5. So you can see that it is an integer and the decimal part associated will be 0.5 over there. You got the point? So that integer plus 0.5. So that is what you have to note in this case. So the arithmetic mean, what I am going to calculate and get, it should be either an integer or an integer plus a 0.5. Like that it will come. And also please note the total what you are going to consider, it should be equal to 21. It should not be more than 21. Okay, so taking that into account, if I go for 21 by 2, I can see that this value, it is coming as 10.5. But two values are possible, the total coming as 21. If you know what are those two values, 10, 11, if you consider, yes, the arithmetic mean of this comes as 10.5. 10 plus 11, I can say that total comes as 21. So this is one possibility. Got my point? Now, if you consider 21 by 3, I'm taking 3 numbers. The arithmetic mean, I can see that this comes here as 7. 3 observations I am taking. So I can consider the possibility will be 6, 7, 8 if you observe. 7 being the arithmetic mean, 6 plus 7 plus 8, the total comes as 21. I'm fine with this. 21 divided by 4 when I consider, I can say it will be involving a decimal, but it is not 0.5. 21 by 4 when you do, it is 5.25 it will come. So I can't include that. Similarly, 21 by 5 if you do, I can see that 21 by 5 is coming as 4.2. It's not decimal value. What you see there is not 0.5, it's out. But look at 21 by 6. What is 21 by 6? It's coming here as 3.5. So 3.5 is the arithmetic mean. So you can consider something like 3, 4. They will come in the center. Altogether 6 should be there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just to see, 6 observations are there. You can see that they all are consecutive. Their arithmetic mean is 3.5. Total, you please observe, you can say 6 plus 4 is 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 ho gaya, plus 1, it's 21. The total comes as 21. Okay. So please be aware, these are the only 3 instances you can consider. If n it is greater than this number, what you are considering here, if it is more than 6, then it will not satisfy the condition that they are consecutive positive integers. Are you getting me? More terms comes in, then to compensate for that extra total that it goes, there should be some negative balancing should be there. But since it's given as the constraint over there, 3 instances you can get 10, 11 or 6, 7, 8 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so please be aware as far as this question it is concerned, how many values that this n can assume? That is the question. So how many values that we can consider here? I can see that totally I can consider that 3 possibilities are there. Okay, 3 possibilities are there. So for this question, my final answer that I should mark, this n, it can be 2, it can be 3, or it can be 6. I can see that 3 values are possible. So for this question, I will say the answer, final answer, it is equal to 3. Okay. Students, consider the question. If n years ago, Raghu's age was thrice the age of his son, and n years hence, later, Raghu's age will be twice the age of his son, find the ratio of the present ages of Raghu and his son. So kindly note, we are considering the present scenario. We are considering n years ago, and also we are considering n years later. Okay, so 3 situations you are considering. 2 people are involved. Let me consider the age of Raghu, the present age of Raghu, or the present age of son S. So I'm just writing here, this is R and this is S. N years ago, R minus N, S minus N. N years later, R plus N, S plus N. Okay, so that's a timeline. Now, if n years ago, Raghu's age was thrice the age of the son, R minus N, it is equal to 3 times S minus N. This is what it is given. N years ago, Raghu's age, it was thrice the age of his son. Okay, so this is one constraint that is given, or one condition that is given. N years hence, Raghu's age, it is given that it will become 2 times the age of the son. Okay, this is condition number 2. With the help of this, what is that you are asked to find? Find the ratio of the present age of Raghu and his son. They are asking you to find what is this R by S. That's the question here. Okay, so now simplifying this, let me take this 3 inside. I will write it in terms of n. Okay, so I can see now 3s minus 3n it is coming here as R minus N. Shuffling this 3s minus R, I can say that is equal to 2n. Got it? Let it be there. Now, I want you to focus on the second conditionality that is given there. R plus n is equal to 2 times s plus n. Let me take this 2 inside. I can see that 2s plus 2n, that is coming as R plus n. From this, I can see that R minus 2s, please observe, R minus 2s, that is equal to n. Got it? So that's the next condition what I am getting. But please be aware, in this particular case, I can see that two conditions I have arrived at. N is nothing but R minus 2s. And you see that 2n, that is what here you see. So what is 2n here? I can say 2n, it will be nothing but 2R minus 4s, right? Can I not substitute that value for this 2n over here? That gets me 3s minus R. It is equal to 2R minus 4s. I can take this to the left hand side, take this R to the right hand side, just shuffle this. I can see that 7s, it is equal to 2R plus R, that is equal to 3R. This gets me R upon S. This comes here as 7 upon 3. They are asking us to find what is the ratio of the percentage of these two people, the father and the son. The answer, it will come as 7:3. This is the choice that I am going to make. Okay. The sequence of positive integers a1, a2, a3, etc. It satisfies the relationship an plus 1. It's equal to an plus an minus 1 for all n greater than or equal to 2. They told you that a7, it is 144. So, for getting that a7, that is equal to 144, a10, which is equal to 610. Okay, so a10, it is nothing but a9 plus 1, that is a10. Can I not consider that it is nothing but a9 plus a8? Just I am writing it in this way. When I am putting that n is equal to 9, I can see that a10, it is equal to a9 plus a8. And I can see this value in the question itself, it is given. This is given as 610. Okay. A7, what is A7? There you are putting n, it is equal to, the value is 6, right? So A6 plus 1, it will come, right? So what is the value that I am getting here? It is coming like A6 plus A5. But that doesn't make any sense here because I don't have anything which is quite familiar here, right? So let me see whether I can consider, say, A9 if I put. Let me see what will happen. I'm just trying this, okay? A9 if I put, then n value will come as 8. Yes or no? At n equal to 8, I can say A9 it will come. A9 is nothing but A8 plus 1. Can I not see that this is nothing but n is given as 8 there, okay? A8 plus A7. That value is A9. Okay, so I can see that here A8 is available here, A8 is available here, A9 is available here, A9 is available here. I can see that A10 value and A7 value also I have an idea. So can I not try to connect all these things? I can very clearly see that our 610, when I am considering here, that is A10. It is A9 plus A8. But A9 is A8 plus A7. That is what A9 it is. So I am taking this A9 here, which is A8 plus A7. Okay. Plus this value, that is A8. So putting them together, how much it comes to? A7, the value in the question, it is given that it is 144. So will this not get me the value for A8? I'm just thinking it's allowed. Okay, A8. If I get A8, will it be possible for me to get the value for A11? A11 means I should be putting the value for that n as 10, right? So if I put the value for this n as 10, I will get A11. That is nothing but A10 plus A9 I will be getting. Okay, but again, I'm getting somewhere, I'm missing something. Let me just see whether I can get the result here. Okay, 1 second. I will just try to figure out how quickly we can connect the things. I will write A7 as A9 minus A8. That's what it is better. Okay, A9, I can see that it is nothing but A8 plus A7. So this I will write it as A7, it is equal to A9 minus A8. Okay, let me write it like this. I can see that now A10, that is equal to A9 plus A8. So I am writing it A10, it is equal to A9 plus A8. These two I have. Okay, so with the help of these two, I can see that adding the A7 is 144 and A10 is 610. So I am adding them 144 plus 610. Can you not see that this A8 gets cancelled off? 2 times A9 I will get. And how much is the value? I can see that 610 plus 144 when I do, it's coming as 754. So this gives me A9. It is 754, half of that. It is 377. Let this be here. So I got A9. You are asked to find A11. So you put n is equal to 10. At n equal to 10, you see A11 you will get. So A11 is nothing but A10 plus A9. I know A10, it is 610. A9, just now I calculated, which is 377. Add them, 377 plus 610 when I do, the total is coming here as 987. In the question, you are asked to find what is the value for that A11. So my final answer, I would say it comes as 987. Okay, that's for this question. So consider the question here. Find the difference between the sum of the first 2016 even whole numbers and the sum of the first 2016 odd natural numbers. So it's just a matter of arranging these numbers as per what it is mentioned. Let me consider the sum of the first 2016 odd natural numbers. Let the total, I am representing it as S1. It's like 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus etc. You are considering the sum of the first 2016 odd natural numbers. So the 2016th number, what it will be? See, any odd number can be represented as 2n minus 1. when you put n equal to 1, you can see that here 2 into 1, 2, 2 minus 1 is coming as 1. 2 2s are 4. When you put n equal to 2, 2 2s are 4. 4 minus 1, it comes as 3. When you put n equal to 3, the third one you will get 2 3s are 6. 6 minus 1, it's coming as 5. Like the 2016 you have to put to find that 2016th odd natural number. So it is 2 into 2016, which is coming as 4032 minus 1 when you consider the last number over here, it will be 4031. So you are adding all these numbers here. That is what this first total S1 it corresponds to. What about S2? I can see this is nothing but the sum of the first 2016 even whole numbers. So whole numbers, that too even, 0 plus 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus. Looking at the pattern, don't you see that this is 1 less over here? And the last number what you are considering here, this has to be 4030 going by this pattern. Got it? Now they are asking us to find. See, you have listed altogether 2016 numbers here. You have also listed altogether 2016 numbers over here. Here you can consider that nth, that number in that S2 when you are considering, you can consider it something like 2n minus 2. You can consider it in this way. Okay, so 2n minus 2, no? It's, you can just take it as 2n. You can just take it as 2n. Okay, so what will happen? The first term, let me say, is it 2n? 2n when I take, I can see that n equal to 1, it will come as 2. I don't want 2, right? So I will go for 2n minus, how much I can put? I want to get a 0 here. So first term 2n minus 2, if I put, what will happen? 2 into 1, 2. 2 minus 2, it is 0. Second term, 2 2s are 4. 4 minus 2, it's coming as 2. Third term, 2 3s are 6. 6 minus 2, it is coming as 4. Like that it goes. See, the nth term associated with that S2, I can just write it as 2n minus 2. Like the 2016 you are writing, right? So 2016 into 2 is to 4032 minus 2 when you consider 4030 it will come. Okay, so that's what I was telling you. Now, if I am going to consider the difference, they are asking you to take the difference between these two sums. So if I am taking S1 minus S2, don't you see 1 minus 0? Just observe this. This is 1. 3 minus 2, this is 1. 5 minus 4 is 1. 7 minus 6, it is 1. Likewise, when you extend it, 4031 minus 4030, so this is 1. You are just taking the sum of all these. Just observe. And altogether, you are taking the numbers here 2016 times. So how much will be this difference S1 minus S2 when you consider the value? I can say the required difference, it is equal to 2016 it will come. Got it? The answer for this question, find the difference between the sum of the first 2016 even whole numbers and the sum of the first 2016 odd natural numbers. When you consider, my final answer when it comes, it is equal to 2016. And that brings conclusion to this particular question over here. Okay.